So apparently, there's a feud going on between Dolph Lundgren, who played the iconic part in Rocky Four of Ivan Drago, and Sylvester Stallone, obviously, who played Rocky Balboa. And a lot of people don't know this, but Sylvester Stallone, when he was very young, and he made his deal with the movie companies. I know as a MGM, and there was people who helped him, finance the movies. He winded up giving away his rights to, in other words, Rocky, to the movie itself, to all the characters in the movie. He doesn't own the rights. Okay, see, people assume, a lot of people, including myself, by the way, that he did own, the rights to Rocky, meaning that he would get paid, based on any type of developments from his characters, such as Ivan Drago. Well, it turns out that there's going to be a movie based now on Ivan Drago that Dolph Lundgren apparently agreed to, perform in this movie, and Sylvester Stallone was not told. He had no, prior knowledge of this. In other words, they went behind his back. In other words, whatever movie producers, I'm not really sure at this point who it is, that will be obviously involved in the creation of this new movie, Drago, or some kind of Drago spinoff, Ivan Drago spinoff. They did not inform Sylvester Stallone. So they basically cut him out. They're like, you're out. How do I feel about that? Uh, Morally, it's terrible. It's this is his characters. Sylvester Stallone created this, and you should get, especially that this is his friend. Dolph Lundgren. It's just his friend. I mean, he gave him a shot when Dolph Lundgren was a doorman. He was a doorman. I don't know if people didn't know this. He had no career, nothing going on. He walked in, he auditioned for the part of Ivan Drago. Sylvester Stallone gave him the break of his life. He made him who he is today. If it was not for Sylvester Stallone, Dolph Lundgren would probably be a doorman. Seriously. Okay. So Sylvester Stallone gave him his break. Morally, Dolph Lundgren should have called him up, I feel, in my opinion, and said, listen, Sly, people are approaching me. There's a new movie. They want to do Ivan Drago. Without your consent, I'm not going to move forward. But I said, that's morally. Financially, Dolph Lundgren is an actor. He's a businessman. And when he gets an opportunity to make money, sometimes that trumps friendships, I think that's terrible. I think that a friendship should always trump money, but that's not the world that we live in. So I don't know what your opinion is. Share your opinions, but my opinion is morally it was wrong. On just a personal note, Dolph Lundgren owes his career, right, to Sylvester Stallone. He should have gave him the respect. In my opinion, he deserves, but that's not the world we live in. Unfortunately, Sly gave away his rights to Rocky. That was one of the deals he made in order to get it done. I mean, listen, it made him who he is today, Rocky. Sylvester Stallone, his whole career was based on Rocky. He's one of the most successful actors, screenwriters, directors that has ever lived. Made a fortune, is the most, in my opinion, the greatest, I think, actor. I love him. I love all of his movies, Rambo, the Creed series, the Expendables. I mean, we could spend hours just talking about Sylvester Stallone's movies. I mean, Cliffhanger, one of the greatest movies ever. Over the Top. I mean, it's just too many. There's just too many great movies. But, Cobra, Rambo, I mean, so many. The thing is that a lot of these movies, okay, gave him the opportunity to continue with his career and to continue a very fruitful, very successful career, but nothing like Rocky. So he did what he had to do to make it. He probably regrets it now that he probably should have signed a deal where he did receive an equity of some sort in the Rocky franchise, but he didn't. And unfortunately, they do have the right to do things like this. Unfortunately, it's terrible. They have the right to take certain characters, the movie companies, and I guess not inform Sylvester Stallone. But like I said, is that something they should morally do? No. Especially people like Dolph Lundgren, who is his good friend. And because of Sylvester Stallone, Dolph Lundgren has a very successful life and a very successful career. and maybe my opinion should have mentioned it to him, but it's not the world we live in. So it's a world of dollars and cents, and that trumps everything. It's terrible. Shouldn't be that way.